Is AI going to take your job? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, so let's go over America's most AI resistant jobs. This is on Visual Capitalist, posted 3 weeks ago, August 3rd, 2026 by Julia Paisley. Okay, so the top 20 US jobs with the most workers ranked by resistance to AI replacement. Surprisingly, registered nurses are on the top. Actually, you know what? I'm not even surprised. That's followed by home health aide. Now, in a world where obviously AI is just taking over every sector or being implemented in any way, it's good to see, registered nurses at the top. This was for a while a super in-demand job. I think it still is in demand. It's overlooked. They're underpaid and overworked. So I'm glad that it is AI resistant. All right. Same with health aid, home health aid people. You can't have like a robot or an AI come home to help you with the physical stuff, right? So that's cool. And this one is obviously, and then elementary school teacher. Keyword being elementary. I noticed that a lot of AI is being implemented in so much of the education system. So elementary, we need that human aspect. That is number 3. After that, we have nursing assistant, by no surprise, and then senior software engineer. Software engineers, data analysts, those people in those kind of realms, they're being replaced left, right, and center. So senior software engineers have AI resilience. They're safe, because I feel as though, they say AI isn't going to replace you. Somebody who knows how to use AI is going to replace you. So this is cool, because at the end of the day, all the AIs that are replacing jobs still need to be overlooked by a senior human at the end of the day. So senior software engineers are safe. And then obviously trades, I thought this one would be number 1. General maintenance repair worker and construction laborer. These are safe at the end of the day until there's a robot in hardware physically making the house. These are always going to be in demand. These have been in demand and safe for decades, so I'm glad they're there. All the trades are going to do well. They're safe. Maid in housekeeping, this goes along with the home health aide. This followed by teaching assistant. This one out of every single one has surprised me the most, because obviously the teachers need teaching assistants, and with AI being implemented into every sector, into every freaking hole they can in every industry, you would think that teaching assistants would be the first to go. Having AI do so much of the manual labor for a teacher, you would think that would be not in demand or not safe, but that's up there. Accountants, we got waiter, waitress for obvious reason, followed by restaurant line cook, janitors, cleaners, security guards. These are all safe. These are at the bottom of the list, but at the end of the day, these are current in-demand jobs that are safe by AI. And that's not to say that AI isn't in those sectors. They are to some degree, whether it's data or a CRM or this or that, but the actual job itself. General and operations manager, long haul truck drivers. I mean, with Tesla trying to come out with the robots that take over the truck drivers, I'm glad that that's on the list and they're safe. Supervisor and retail sales worker. For how long? I don't know. And that's followed by managers, laborers, freight and stock materials, wholesale and manufacturing sales reps. Again, these are, just to clarify, America's most AI resistant jobs. So obviously healthcare leads the ranking. There's a lot of AI integration in healthcare and edtech. So I'm glad that healthcare is still leading the way. Teaching of skilled trades score well. Now, where is this data coming from? Now, the data of this is coming from JobZone Risk and the US Bureau of Labor Statistics. I'll put both the sources down below. If you go to JobZone Risk, the data on this website is actually quite interesting. If we look at global, there are 1.4 billion jobs across the world protected by AI, and that leaves 700 million jobs at risk, which is 20% of the global workforce that we know of. But 1.3 billion jobs need adaptation. So if you look at the website, you'll be able to see in detail where those are. But if we go to the UK, you see 10 million jobs are at risk with 11 million adaptation, with the US with 44 million jobs at risk, but still leaving 56 million jobs protected, which is 33% of the workforce. Super interesting stats. Now, if we go to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, where this information came from, if you look at the fastest growing occupations, wind turbine service technicians are up by 50%. They only get paid $62,000 a year, which is mind blowing. However, nurse practitioners, although they're AI safe and they are in demand, they've actually grown by 40%. Right, and they're getting paid on average $129,000 a year. So that's a super interesting fact right there. Again, I'm going to leave these sources down below. I found this to be the best way to kind of summarize this video and end it is, and I quote, "For workers, resilience increasingly comes from combining technical expertise with human skills that remain difficult to automate, including empathy, leadership, creativity, and problem solving." So going back to the start, is AI going to replace your job? Who knows? But at the end of the day, you need to stay safe by getting the data, looking at what's in demand, and figuring out what isn't going to be automated. Figuring out what AI is actually replacing. It's replacing automation. It's replacing the small nuances. Now, with those, what can be difficult to replace? And that's where you can set yourself up for safety. But I'd love to talk further about this. So comment below what your thoughts are on this. Like, do you feel as though this is accurate, this is wrong? Do you feel as though, which areas of the workforce do you feel are going to be replaced that this isn't showing? I'd love to know that. I'll be dropping another AI video tomorrow with an infographic discussing the nuances of the data and the statistics. So stay tuned and come back tomorrow.